LEGO 2K Drive is the newest addition into LEGO games as of recent time and events. For future generations who see this video, it was posted around the same time Lizzo is getting exposed for assaulting her dancers behind the scenes, and she even tried to eat one. Don't quote me on that because it's mostly true. Anyways, the LEGO 2K Drive Platinum Trophy is one of the most annoying platinums I have yet to get, and the only really hard part about it is one trophy. 6K Drive, which requires you to drive 6,000 miles in-game. By the time I was completely done with every other trophy aside from this one, I had only gone around 2,000 miles, which was around 15 hours of playtime since I am such a god. The online guide says it takes around 60 hours, but I finished it in under 30 since I am such a god-tier gamer, as I've already stated. This platinum only consists of 39 trophies, which is actually a very low amount considering how long the playtime is to achieve it. We begin phase 1 by completing the entire story, which isn't very long to be honest. In fact, this game is actually a lot of fun and it has a lot of cool features, but trying to play through the entire story in one sitting is so boring. I actually had to call it one day because I was bored out of my mind. The characters are very funny and entertaining, don't get me wrong, but the story is literally just the same thing with different racers, and I even started to become a little bit of a racist. A racing enthusiast with how much racing I did. You start off the journey of LEGO 2K Drive by being introduced to a 2K account starter screen, and this took me around 6 minutes to beat. God, I love when games kick off with making new online accounts to barely even use the online part. Simply 2023 in a nutshell. But after this, we get the real intro to the game, and it's actually a very straightforward intro where the announcer explains quite literally everything about the game and the plot. I kind of love when games do this because then I don't have to wander around or question my existence for hours on end like I do every night before bed. The main objective is to get the Sky Trophy, which is the big boy reward for winning the final Grand Prix of the game and beating the current champion, Shadow Z. He is a hilarious side character who barely does any actual racing the entire game and cheats 100% of the time. So basically, he's just like any normal athlete in the modern era. Clutch Racington is basically our cum daddy for the entire game, and he shows us every aspect in the way of racing so we can win the Sky Cup Grand Prix. He also believes in us more than my parents ever did when I started my YouTube channel. Look at me now, Dad. He doesn't watch. Anyways, the first mission, we take a little tour throughout Turbo Acres, which is the first planet or county, I guess you could say, that we get. There is a total of 4 counties, and we have to 100% all the collectibles on each of them for a trophy, much later on. In order to see if we have the guts it takes to be bred into a racing boy by Clutch's giant schlong, we race him and have to win. Since I grew up playing Need for Speed Most Wanted on the Xbox 360, which is the best racing game of all time, don't at me, I had absolutely no trouble beating the pulp out of Clutch's yellow hands. That's not an Asian joke. He actually is yellow, okay? I'm sorry. And honestly, he is a very charismatic man. I bet he could take home your mom easily. You win your first ever car, which is so cool, and it looks super fast. Oh god. Whose bitch name is Cecil? I then went and did some miscellaneous world activities, which is basically just a giant race throughout the entire map with friends if you have any. I, however, do not, so me and the voices in my head had a fun time on our own. Next, we traveled to Big Butt County, which has butts in it, and I never saw any, and I'm now sad inside. 1 like equals 1 butt. Thank you all, I appreciate it. Each new place you go to throws you into a race right away, and whilst in the race, I got a trophy for traveling like 30 seconds around the map because that was, for some reason, needed. Yet again, I won and bask in the glory of endless racing trophies, and also stole this guy's car because I like to do that. I learned a lot from the Fast and Furious movies, mostly not to watch any of them past F7. This time, the car I got was an off-road vehicle. There is 3 types in this game: street, off-road, and water. All basically do the same thing except for water since, well, it's a boat. But there isn't any hose on it, and I'm extremely disappointed. A big aspect of this main storyline, or at least the annoying part, is you have to grind to get to max level before you can do any more races in other parts of the map and other counties. Basically, each time you win a new race, you get a checkered flag, which all add up until you get them all and gain access to the final race. But that isn't for quite a while now. So I went off to journey over to all the side quests and on-the-go challenges, which are supposed to be done as you drive around the map, but some of these are actually super hard, and I ended up losing my mind over a few throughout this platinum grind. But it wouldn't be a good day at the office if I didn't go a little bit more crazy each day. That's why they invented bars. So it's all good. I got a trophy for drifting a lot when doing the challenges, and another when aliens invaded the homeland, and not Mexican immigrants this time. I still didn't have enough XP after this, which was super annoying. I guess they really wanted to trick all the children who play this game into not ever putting it down, because their small brains will most likely forget there is even a main story after an hour of random side objectives. I for one know I had a small ass IQ when it came to games as a kid. I don't think I even remember ever 100% completing anything. Then again, my attention span was horrible, and I went to bed at 7:30. Childhood was just a different different breed. After getting some XP, we unlocked the third location on the map, Prospecto Valley, which is basically just a giant county full of gold mines and cool rivers everywhere. This is my favorite out of the 4 available because it's so open and fun when compared to the others. And there is the easiest collectibles also, which did sway my opinion quite a bit. Anyways, I went and did the first race available, and again, while in it, I got the driving around Prospecto Valley trophy like I did in Big Butt Land. After a lot of side objectives, XP grinding, and even killing dead people more than they already are, I got the next major race in a trophy for jumping a lot, which is a super fun aspect of this game. LEGO 2K Drive actually surprised me with how much fun and unique it is. It reminds me a lot of Mario Kart, but it's still its own thing and a lot of fun, not just a direct copy. Though it is kind of sad not a ton of people play it because I hardly even knew it came out. Like, the advertising for it was so doggy, it makes me kind of mad since it's actually a decent game, unlike the hot dog crap that does get commercial times.
Nerf this.
I got thrown into a race with aliens everywhere, and we have to be careful not to get hit or captured because they will try and probe us in exactly the place you were thinking about right now. On this race, I had my first villain origin story moment and saw the dub slip away from my hands as I hit the guy in front of me with a homing missile. But I was too distracted by the flying Lego guts that I didn't see the ginormous amount of weeds right in my way, and I got caught, forcing my hand to hit the restart race button. A truly devastating outcome, and my family is now even more disappointed in me. But I won the race easily next time I did it, so no harm, no foul. And since I won that, I got to do my first Grand Prix available since the beginning of the game. The Big Butt Grand Prix. My opponent was supposed to be Shadow Z, the main villain we were after, but he had to go to court for his child support he refused to pay, since apparently the kid isn't his as he says, even though the doctors have done numerous blood tests and even compared their schlongs to see if son was like father. So instead we get to race against guy number 1. He is so underpaid, Shadow Z didn't even feel like giving him a name. Literally Bird Box right now. I wiped the floor with these dumb NPCs who shouldn't have even dared test my skills in racism, giving me the dub and becoming the Big Butt Champion, a title I am honestly satisfied with. Time to go play Batman instead. But Clutch Racington needs to win the Sky Grand Prix so we can get out of financial ruin, and I decided to keep playing because he's my daddy. An hour later, I ended up driving around a Lambo to try and get a girl. But then I remembered I already have one. Please go follow my Instagram link below so I look cooler. And I ended up running over a lot of pedestrians who tried to hit me like she said. I returned to Turbo Acres because it looks so pretty and thumbnail worthy. I won another few races there and got rewarded for being so sexy with a ton of perks which just help your car be faster, stronger, and more breedable like all the ladies want. I was in an intense race back in the Big Butt County, which I spent a lot of time in because butts are way cooler than boobs. And I got a trophy for being a road hog, which is definitely the most accurate way to describe my playstyle. Hauntsborough, which is my least favorite county island thingy, finally got unlocked, and I got the trophy for driving around in it for like 30 seconds. I continued the XP grind with lots of side objectives and finally got to the Prospecto Grand Prix, which is lots less fun than the Big Butt one. Like, who even cares about gold anymore? That gold rush happened so long ago, and diamonds are way cooler anyway. But nonetheless, I whooped some ass and tortured some cock to get first place easily because I'm yet again a god, beating guy number 2 this time since guy number 1 is still recovering from the devastating loss. And I got a trophy as my reward for the continued PTSD I'm inflicting on poor minimum wage citizens. Now, this is where the game really starts to get grindy. I was so bored of the main story, I just went around doing side objectives and collectibles. I ended up reaching my breaking point and decided to record my voice while playing for a few of the super annoying on-the-go challenges. Grown-ass man playing a video game where I'm hitting an egg into a fuck. Why are you... Oh my god, why are you going this way? Please, please. Oh my god, please, 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 just roll in. Just roll in. Just roll in. Oh my god! I don't know what the best way to do this is. Hold up, please don't hit any. Oh my god, I'm clean with it. I feel like I'm going so slow. Oh my god, we're almost there. No. Good enough. Oh, let's go.
That's what I'm saying.
I really wish I had it going the whole time, but if I did, this video probably wouldn't get received well by the children of this world and their parents. I had leveled up a lot by now, so I went and did the Hauntsborough Grand Prix, which is the last one until the end of the story. Getting first place, another checkered flag, and another trophy, making all the ladies in the crowd wet. Sadly, nobody went all Talladega Nights on me. Truly disappointing. I actually had enough flags at this point to go do the final race in the game, the Sky Cup Grand Prix. Since Clutch Racington wasted all his money on drugs and women, we used a very Walmart-looking ass rocket ship launcher to get us up into the sky for the race. But once I'm up there, I'm not gonna lie, I struggled with this race, which is probably a good thing since the game has been a breeze so far. My main issue is I went too fast and just kept on falling off. like Jack Harlow's music. But I eventually won with an insane finish, not even sure if I really got first, but I'll take it. And everyone had an orgasm because I'm the new champion now. Also, the LEGO citizens told me to tell you all to drop a like and subscribe right now because I'm about to suffer in the endgame phase of this platinum. Shadow Z is a sore loser, but it's fine since he gets crushed by the giant trophy we earned and comes back to life so we can get a sequel in 5 years. And now is the time of the day when I really begin to count my blessings to push me through this game's 100% completion. As I am recording this, I actually have the dumb game on an AFK strategy because that 6K drive trophy is just unreal how long it takes. I begin the collectible grind on Big Butte County since I love it so much, and I get a trophy for breaking stuff around the map, which I didn't even mean to do. After 3 hours of collectibles, I found all the rocket jetpacks around the map, which I suck at using because I'm more of a ground travel guy and hate not being in complete control. This is probably why all my relationships fall apart. I ended up staying up till 2 a.m. one night playing this game and wanted to get a trophy since it's been so long, so I just did the online play thingy and completely abused a bunch of children for 10 matches straight. Honestly, it felt good to win at something again. Getting these collectibles is actually horrible. Not because it's hard, but because there's like hundreds of them, and I still don't have anywhere close to the 3K or 6K drive trophies, which again is just insane. How do you expect the average 6-year-old to do that? I guess you don't. But I did find all the garages across story mode and got a trophy. Then I used all the perk types, which I was surprised I hadn't already. I guess the RNG really just wasn't on my side since I had never even seen this last one. Finally, after another 12 hours, I got all the collectibles on Big Butte County. This took me forever since I wasn't sure which ones I had yet, and there is very limited guides on this game right now. I then decided to do Hauntsborough next so I can endure that pain as soon as possible. I reached max level, which is 30, and I'm kind of sad there isn't like a prestige because I got so much more XP within this 100% completion. Around 2 years later and lots of child support being paid off, I found all the bats, which is like the equivalent to the rocket jetpacks on Big Butte Land. And shortly after, I did all the collectibles for Hauntsborough, which was immensely faster than Big Butte since I knew what to do. And finally, I went to do Prospecto Valley, which was a lot of fun actually since I could slightly see the end in sight, and this is the same feeling I imagine people get when their dad is about to be released from the county jail. In similar fashion as before, I found all the jetpacks, and I mowed every single weed in all the areas. I spoke to 150 different NPCs, which I had sort of been doing throughout the game. There's a world event where you play a mini game about red light, green light, and just like in Squid Game, you get blown up and sent to the afterlife if you move on red. So I saw this as the perfect opportunity to farm the crash trophy where you have to blow up or crash 100 times. And it worked, so I abused this mode for like 10 minutes straight. I then got all the gold medals on every on-the-go challenge, which I had been doing the entire time I played through this game. And I did all the side quests as well, which mostly just consisted of me being an Uber for LEGO people. And then an hour later, I got the Township Treasurer trophy for getting all the collectibles in this godforsaken game, which I slowly have grown to despise over the last few days. This game reminds me a lot about my ex-girlfriend. The more time I would spend with her, the less and less enjoyable it became. Anyways, I went and bought 15 playable characters just like the modern day slave trade, and did 3 spins mid-air, giving myself major head trauma and nausea. We are so close to being done, I only have a few things left to do. This included playing a garage tutorial where you build a go-kart, and then I had to farm one of the most hard trophies in this game. If you didn't know, you can do the missile jump trophy in split screen. I'm so sorry for your loss if you didn't know that. You have to jump over 50 missiles coming at you, which would honestly be almost as bad as the 6K drive trophy if you don't do it in split screen with 2 controllers. Thankfully, I had 2 since I could slightly use my broken one. I ended up farming this trophy very easily and felt so happy afterward. Now all I have left is to drive 6,000 miles. So I just did that while editing this whole video all AFK. I could have done it a lot faster on my own, but I seriously would rather edit than drive it in a straight line for 5 hours. I'm not sure if I even got the trophy pop on camera, but if I didn't, I'll just show you the screenshots of it. And I lied. I actually had one more trophy before the platinum just so I could be sure I got the platinum pop on camera. I had to buy one more car to get to 50 cars, so I did that and got the platinum as well. Lord have mercy, this was a journey, and way more of a grind than I actually thought it would have been when I started it. Like, I was seriously blown away and still am by how much time it actually takes to get 6,000 miles in this game. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy, drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.